Hello, welcome to the East Africa Giving Podcast, brought to you by the East Africa Philanthropy Network. The aim of this podcast is to share stories of giving and generosity to inspire more people to give back. In this first season, the podcast focuses on youth engagement in giving back by directly engaging with local communities. For today's episode, you get to hear about the Drawing Dreams Initiative from Grace Wanene. She illustrates how they have been involved in educating and improving the livelihoods of young people in Laikipia County, her experience as the head of a youth-based initiative, and also shares advice on how you too can join and where you can find them. Here is today's guest.
So, hi everyone. My name is Grace Wanene. I am from Laikipia County and I work with and for an organization by the name Drawing Dreams Initiative, which is a youth-led community-based organization working on matters menstrual health, reproductive health, and life skills empowerment. So, Drawing Dreams is derived from the urge to keep making our dreams a reality, and in the process empowering others to also make their dreams come true. And this is why we came up with the name Drawing Dreams Initiative. So far, for the last 1.5 years, we've reached close to 6,000 girls and 2,500 boys, having founded 9 menstrual health clubs in the schools. And the clubs also include the boys, because without including the boys in these clubs, then you're not able to demystify the taboos and misconceptions around reproductive health. And I think I'll go back to the pandemic 2020, where we did a door-to-door campaign that was called #periods don't pause for pandemics KE. And we got into 23 villages. I know sometimes it can be so overwhelming, especially being a youth-led organization. But when we look back at the impact and also the joy that these girls and boys have in schools, even when you're just going to say hi to maybe a teacher or check on the progress or attending a PTA meeting, when the boys and girls in school see you, they just brighten up, and this makes it so fulfilling. And it also reassures us that you're never too young to lead, you're also never too young to make an impact in the society. When young people see their fellow young people doing something impactful in the society, it is super encouraging. And for what I mentioned earlier, in these villages, we always find an overwhelming number of young people who want to be what we call our champions, but we can only manage like one in each of these villages. But we also ensure the others get trained, and this is encouraging to see them wanting to progress with our work, because one, we are not always on the ground or in the schools. So when we have change agents within the community, then it's super encouraging, not only for them, but also for the younger generations coming up. We are even recently, I think, the only youth-led organization in the Laikipia County Reproductive Health Technical Working Group. And this is because of the track record that when government officials go to the ground, that they're given a report about what Drawing Dreams Initiative has done on the ground and how we've been able to work with the community, appreciating culture, but also bringing in the education. Then we also find that the government officials are also consulting us on these issues. And it's not only our work, but also involving youth volunteers from towns, from urban centers who have their time and skills to volunteer. Then when we have enough resources on logistics, we go with them, and with their help, then we're able to accomplish so much. And that gives us so much joy.
You are listening to the East Africa Giving Podcast, a product of the East Africa Philanthropy Network.
Somebody quoted and said, it's the rent that we pay on earth really to give back to other people. And I think it's just the balance of life, that when we do not give back, then there'll be just something empty within our hearts. So I would encourage everybody, young, old, it doesn't, unlike back in the days where people used to wait for retirement and then now start organizations or start platforms to give back. Right now, it's easier because one, means of transport has become are very available and equipped before, and also the use of digital media where people can put up campaigns and you can always participate and no amount is ever too little, and even in kind is also welcome. So I think we should not overthink about giving back. Just give back when you can. It's really rewarding. We always make posters on when we have volunteer opportunities, and I think by the end of today our website will also be live, so we have volunteer details where somebody can fill out their details and volunteer with us whenever we have an opportunity for that. And also just speaking about our work also goes a long way, sharing our work in social media and also donating to our work. There are all these platforms, the social media platforms where we put out these ways to volunteer and also to give back. And it's very important because you might not be there physically, but there's nothing as powerful as when somebody receives something that has been given to them by somebody they do not know. I think it's really deep. Instagram is Drawing Dreams _initiative. Facebook is Drawing Dreams Initiative. Twitter DD Initiative, where one can either reach out to us on how they can donate either material or even physical stuff like maybe sewing machines, baking equipment, because it's going to be a training institution too, and also a one-stop shop for everything that Dreams Initiative has. Oh, okay, thank you. So I'd like to urge young people, if it's a sort of advice on giving back. I think people nowadays overthink about it and end up doing maybe something that they're not passionate about. What I believe, giving back is not as easy. It can be challenging. So you have to identify something that you're passionate about. In that, no matter what barriers you experience, you will still have the drive to keeping on. To start where you are with what you have and make sure it's something you're passionate about that can keep you grounded no matter what challenges you come across. Thank you so much, Eugene. It was lovely doing this with you.
That was our guest, Grace Wanene from the Drawing Dreams Initiative, situated in Laikipia County. If you would like to join the initiative, check out the links provided in the podcast description. This has been the East Africa Giving Podcast. My name is Eugene. This podcast aims at sharing stories of giving and generosity to inspire more people to join in giving back. The podcast was developed as part of the East Africa Philanthropy Network, EAPN. You can find out more about the organization by checking out their website. Remember to follow, like, subscribe, and share this episode. Goodbye.